Yo, I agree. Oh wait, hold on.
Aside from his creative side, he's also a competitive player. He has many different placements, almost qualifying for the World Cup in Week 8. Mr. Fresh Asian is quite a personality, and he kind of reminds me of CDN III. Number 8, Hamlins. When we think of laughter and memes, only one streamer comes to mind, TSM Hamlins. His entire personality is built around memes and jokes. We're not really sure what he was doing before Fortnite, but we're glad the game has introduced the world to his hilarious stream. There was even this one time where Hamlins and Tfue trolled random players in a pub match. Check this out.
Is that the real Tfue? No way. Oh, guys. Ollie, that's the real Tfue. You know Tfue? Oh my god. Tfue, can you shout out my Twitter?
Yeah, I got you. What's your Twitter, dude?
@Bones123. What is zero?
I got you.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm crying. I'm crying in the tissue.
Not only has he built up a following of almost 2 million supporters, but he's in the upper echelons of Twitch streamers. He boasts 15,000 viewers every time he streams. I mean, everyone loves Hamlins, and not only the casual viewers. Part of the notorious TSM clan, Hamlins is close with Myth and Daquan. Number 7, Tim the Tap Man. If you thought Hamlins had impressive streaming numbers, check this guy out, Tim the Tap Man. He's a longtime OG streamer like Ninja, and has been around since the advent of Twitch. His following is colossal, and he's most widely known in Fortnite for dying to fall damage. Here's what I mean.
Side, red knight.
I'm down, Ninja!
Can't move.
Ninja is still in the thing.
I know this is a shocker, but I felt... Oh my god, he lasered me.
Yeah, let's just watch that again.
I know this is a shocker, but I felt... Oh my god, he lasered me.
I never not laugh at that. Anyway, Tim the Tap Man is often playing with other big names like Ninja or Dr. Lupo, which has helped him amass over 3.8 million Twitch followers. But he had some of those followers before Fortnite, since he was popular even before the Battle Royale. With an average viewer count of 20,000, he makes our top 10 list with ease. He isn't exactly good at Fortnite, but people watch him regardless. Tim has a very likable, easygoing personality, and that's what draws many people to his stream. If you're ever bored and have nothing to do, it's always worth seeing if he's online. Number 6, Gotago. This spot goes to Gotago, the fierce competitive Fortnite player from France. Gotago has been around since the days of Call of Duty back in 2009. Now, Gotaga pulls in a good 15,000 viewers per stream. The guy's basically France's Ninja. Unfortunately, his stream only caters to French speakers, so tough luck for all us Americans who didn't take French in high school. But what we do understand, though, is that he is funny, great at FPS games, and has many followers. Number 5, Dakotas. Our next superstar is a true hero to many people, including myself. Whether you're an OG Fortnite player or a casual one, you have to know who Dakotas is. DK has been an absolute icon in the Fortnite community for a very long time, and has grown to be one of the top channels people look to for quality content. Looking into DK's past, he used to create PUBG content for Twitch and YouTube, but Fortnite is really what gave DK life. Once known as Wolves, he was one of the first content creators for Fortnite. He's become known for his talent, as well as his down-to-earth personality. He's a skilled player, but he'd rather entertain than play professionally. His modesty when it comes to his talent is what makes people truly appreciate him. He knows how to make you laugh, and he goes for crazy snipes. DK actually lost his title of Best Sniper when many Fortnite players became more competitive, thanks to the growing esports scene. But with close to 4 million followers and an average pull of 10,000 viewers per stream, DK remains one of the most popular Fortnite players out there. Number 4, Symphony. Speaking of entertainment, Symphony always comes to mind. If you're looking for a bit of humor, he's the guy to check out. Symphony has 1.4 million Twitch followers and rocks almost 15,000 concurrent viewers. He's also an ex-competitive Fortnite player. Although he has what it takes, Symphony chooses to go for the more casual, entertaining persona. Around half a year ago, there was a debate on whether or not Symphony was the best editor. He also had an insider feud with Mongrel a while back. Number 3, Nick Merckx. While it's true that most Twitch streamers and players in general are PC players, Nick Merckx adds some diversity to that. He hosts one of Fortnite's most popular streams while staying true to his controller fan base. He really shines the spotlight on controller players, and was actually one of the first streamers to play on a controller. In fact, Nick Merckx was the only big controller streamer until Aiden took the crown from him back in the summer skirmish. Regardless, Nick still boasts more viewers. Nick Merckx is constantly pulling 15,000 viewers, if not more, and is close to 3 million followers. If you're looking for a good mixture of entertainment and top-tier controller gameplay, he's the stream to check out. Number 2, Ninja. When we talk about Fortnite, who's the first player that comes to mind? One word, Ninja. He's been an icon, a star, and a pro player for a long time now. Playing with Drake, appearing on magazine covers, and flossing. Yeah, we try to forget about that one. Despite some of the cringe, Ninja has remained a Fortnite superstar with over 20 million YouTube subs and over 14 million Twitch followers. Nobody else even comes close. He's broken many Twitch records, including hitting 250,000 subscribers. Let me repeat, nobody in the history of Twitch has ever had 250,000 people subscribed on Twitch, except Ninja. Ninja is the biggest and most followed gamer worldwide. While watching a stream, you can always rely on Ninja to add a bunch of sarcastic and funny humor. It's true that Ninja isn't number 1 anymore when it comes to Fortnite, but he's still one of the superior and cherished Fortnite streamers. Now, I'm sure by now you can't wait to see who number 1 is. Number 1, Tfue. Tfue is Fortnite's rising superstar. With over 50,000 viewers on average, he makes streamers like Ninja and Shroud look insignificant. But a question still remains. How did Tfue become so popular? I remember less than a year ago looking at the Twitch charts and he was nowhere to be seen. You probably remember that too. He first gained popularity after killing Ninja in a one-on-one back in Season 4. Let's roll a clip of that. Started a compounding effect. People started flocking to Tfue's channel to see if he was really as good as they said he is, and he was. As Fortnite fans started flocking to the competitive scene more than ever before thanks to the World Cup, Tfue's superior skills have made him more popular than Ninja, who didn't even qualify. Tfue currently holds more than 6 million followers and is the most viewed Fortnite streamer on Twitch. His viewer count has even peaked at 220,000 during Fortnite events. That's absolutely insane. Recently, there were rumors that he was dating Karina Kopp, an Instagram model and Twitch streamer. This led him to gaining even more traction and spiked his public interest even further. Alright, so what do you guys think? Is Tfue's fame well earned, or is he just somebody who got lucky for killing Ninja? Who are some of your favorite streamers who didn't make the list? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. We'll see you guys for some more content soon. We upload new videos every day, so make sure that you subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and we will see you guys probably tomorrow.
Hi, this is Ryan Morrow, Shillman Fellow from the Clarion Project, and well, you probably didn't hear much about it because it didn't really get any media coverage.
Do you find yourself avoiding hot drops entirely? Do you always die when you hot drop? Do you always lose 50-50s? I get it. Hot dropping isn't easy. Let's break down how the top pros are able to hot drop and win every single time. You ready? Let's get into it. 72 Hours is hot dropping tilted towers and flies straight to Trump Tower. He sees one enemy land on the roof and the other scuff the landing. So 72 Hours swoops in and claims the top floor for himself. He opens a chest and makes a great move. He walls off a player beneath him and builds a cone on top of him before drinking shields. This way, he has plenty of time to react to the player above and below him. He makes his way down, farming mats and searching for loot. The second he hears footsteps, he jumps out to the side. His enemies have been tracking his movement, so dropping down will cause confusion. You should consider pushing aggressively when you have full shields. Your opponent might have no shields or time to loot.
72 hours is immediately rewarded. He hears footsteps next to him, so he opens the door, fires, and claims kill number 1. He builds right after to protect himself. Always do this when you're hot dropping. Prioritize your safety at all times. Every high-level player does, so you should too. He hears more footsteps above and he makes his way up. He finds the player right away and destroys him in 2 shots. 72 Hour pops a mini and runs out into the wild. This is when things get spicy. He finds a player to his right and lasers him for kill number 3. He finds another player ramping overhead and wipes him out with a single pump. 72 Hours moves down and he hears another player farming and takes him out with a ridiculous headshot. 3 kills in 25 seconds? Not bad. 72 Hours is an aggressive player with an incredible aim. He almost always shoots before he builds. Take a hint from 72 Hours. Play aggressively until given a reason to play defensively, especially during a hot drop. A 4th player snipes at him from the clock tower and gets obliterated by a sick pre-aim. If you know where your enemy is going to peek from, then you can easily challenge them. 72 Hours does this all the time and the results speak for themselves. Let's jump forward and find 72 Hours at the double L's. 2 players are fighting and he makes his way over. He grapples up and he lands a great shot. Then he plays the angle. 72 Hours is the master at playing angles and low ground. You might think to build here, but 72 Hours is pre-aiming his opponent like a hawk. When his opponent jump peaks, 72 Hours is ready and he claims the kill. Now watch him high ground peek perfectly. He's playing the angles again. He's dipping in and out of sight. By doing this, he's baiting out shots and playing unpredictably. Once he breaks his opponent's shield, he drops in for the kill. This is an 8-kill hot drop performance by one of the best players in the game. He barely built any walls. Surviving and dominating hot drops isn't about building. It's about positioning, calculated aggression, and aim. There are 3 takeaways from this clip. Choose the best landing spot. Land at a spot when you're uncontested, even if it's just a single floor in a house. Protect yourself at all times. Prioritize avoiding damage over dealing damage. Third parties are a huge threat. Play to your loadout. When you have full shields, taking early fights isn't a bad idea. To hot drop like a pro, let's learn from Tfue and Ninja. Tfue is seemingly flying in with half of the lobby. He sees 2 players land on the roof, so he chooses to land at the front door instead. Landing at the front door is a major advantage because you can loot quicker. He's rewarded with an epic pump and he hears footsteps above him. He pushes and 1 pumps a player for kill number 1. Tfue uses every second well by farming furniture and he hears another player on the roof. He makes his way up and he blasts the player with 2 huge shots. Both of these players didn't have a chance. He didn't hesitate at all and he pushed quickly. You need to start being decisive when you hot drop. Take advantage of vulnerable players. Don't give them a chance to think. Tfue moves to the next house and he hears a player pickaxing the roof. He peeks through the window and connects on a headshot. Again, Tfue doesn't hesitate. When players aren't ready, they're sitting ducks. Go find them before they find you. Let's watch Ninja perform another hot drop. Ninja flies into tilted towers and chooses to land smack dab in the middle. Landing in the middle of a hot drop zone has its pros and cons. The good is that you can rotate anywhere. The bad is that anyone can rotate on you. Ninja veers off the last second for the pump instead of the chest. The pump is one of the best weapons in the game, so always go for it. You have no idea what could be in the chest. It could be a bolt action. It could be anything. The pump is a guaranteed early game weapon. There's also no gunfire or footsteps near Ninja, so he's free to loot and farm everything. By the end of it, he's full shields and has a complete loadout. He still isn't rushing a fight. He's farming every wood pallet in the area. Early game materials are a major advantage because most players don't farm enough. You need to prioritize farming when given the chance. You're wasting time if you're not farming. Ninja hears fighting in Trump Tower and catches a glimpse of a player running through. He makes great use of dynamite to clear out the second floor. Explosives are extremely valuable when players don't have materials, so take advantage of that. His opponent has nowhere to hide now and gives his position away by pickaxing. Ninja breaks through and finishes the player with a single shot. Ninja is known to be an extremely aggressive player, but that doesn't mean he always goes in guns blazing. He was given the luxury of time and he used it. He farmed while waiting to third party and he picked up a free kill.
This is a safe approach to a hot drop, and it works. Let's go back to Tfue and watch a traditional hot drop. Tfue is flying into his homeland, Westworld. There are at least 3 players on screen, and 1 player is landing within arm's reach of Tfue. The other player has a clear advantage to the AR. Many players would try to fight for the AR anyways, but Tfue chooses a better alternative. He changes direction at the last second. He finds a P90 and he cleans up the kill. You need to improvise like Tfue. If your hot drop plan A is destined to fail, then don't follow through. You guys are nodding your head in agreement, but I know that you would have went for the AR. Choosing the correct spot to land is half the battle of a hot drop. Tfue chooses to banish once instead of full healing because he hears players around him. Tfue prioritizes third partying over 20 health. It's the right choice. You don't have to play scared when you're able to third party. He pops out of hiding and sprays a player with his P90. He takes a gutsy AR fight right after. This isn't a great choice by Tfue. He stood out in the open and could have easily been killed, but he's rewarded for committing. When you commit to a play, you're more likely to succeed, even if it's the wrong play. So make a choice and go for it. This is your traditional 50-50 hot drop landing. Tfue was dead to rights until he made a quick turn and found a P90. Some will call it luck, but it was a calculated risk. Even if there was no weapon there, he gave himself a chance, and the rest was out of his hands. These were 3 quick examples of different hot drop methods. We saw Tfue at Pleasant Park land at the front door rather than the roof and push aggressively with his epic pump. Ninja chose to land in the middle of Tilted Towers and took his time farming materials. He intelligently waited and took a smart fight, knowing that he would likely win. And finally, Tfue took a 50-50 and came out on top because he didn't risk it all for a great AR. These are 3 very important lessons that you need to carry with you whenever you hot drop. Let's tie everything together with the full hot drop analysis of TSM Daequan. We're back at Tilted Towers with Mr. W Key himself. He flies straight into a terrible 50-50. Daequan makes a break for it, but is chased down. He still can't find a weapon, so he begins playing hide and seek. Watch his movements. He's making sharp pivots and random turns. It's actually a lot harder to hit him than you think. His opponent makes a beeline for the chest, and Daequan again can't pick up the weapon. It's Hail Mary time. Daequan begins hacking away and somehow picks up the kill. This right here is the essence of a 50-50 hot drop. Do what you need to do to survive. Let's jump forward a bit. Daequan is healed up and is being pushed. He doesn't want to dance around and play corners. He wants to fight. He drops 2 boomboxes to fish out his opponent and hits him with the double bob. He's not done yet. The boomboxes collapse the building and there's another player in his face. In true Daequan fashion, he hits him with another bop bop. Aggression pays off. Forcing a fight on a player that's playing slow pays off every single time. In true Tilted fashion, it's not over. He's shot from the east and covers up to heal. Once he's healthy, he pops out to claim the free kill and some loot. Daequan hears another player above him and begins playing for high ground. He pushes up with the cone edit, but then suddenly turns right. Deception is the best way to win high ground. You don't need to build as fast as lightning if your opponent has no idea where you are. Daequan makes a 180 and gets stinked. He covers up and instantly ramp tunnels toward Trump Tower. Note that he's now connected to Trump Tower, meaning that he has a very strong foundation. He can easily ramp push now and win high ground. Daequan maintains at least 1 tile of high ground while pressuring. Daequan as a player prioritizes dealing damage over building. He's very similar to Ninja. You can see it here. He shoots instead of building. Daequan ends up under his opponent's ramp, but he's not scared. Look at what he's doing. He's pre-aiming.
Edit, I dare you.
Make sure you do the exact same thing. The player that pre-aims better in this situation has the advantage. The player editing doesn't always have the advantage. Daequan wins the trade and begins pressuring from low ground. He connects on a big shot and begins pushing in. He ramps out, breaks builds, but wait, did his opponent just fall? This player didn't expect Daequan to pressure from low ground. As a result, he panicked and fell to his death. We saw elements of 72 Hours, Tfue, and Ninja in this clip. And guess what? You'll see these elements in every single hot drop. Make the best out of every situation. Daequan lost a 50-50 drop, but still manages to win. We saw Tfue do this at Westworld, but let's admit it, Daequan did it with style. Just like Ninja, he farmed for mats and heals before looking for more fights. Force your opponent to fight you. Daequan's opponent wanted to play slow and peek corners. Daequan forced him in a direct confrontation. Fight with your brain before you depend on mechanics.
Daquan made multiple great decisions during this fight. He used deception, connected his buildings to Trump Tower, and played aggressively.
Hot dropping isn't easy. Tfue didn't dominate every hot drop right away. He took it step by step, secured the landing, cleared the area, and played smart. If you don't have the advantage, then don't run in head first. Let your enemies play into your hand. This is Keith Allen. Thanks for watching. If you want to connect with me personally, I'd love to hear from you on Instagram. And if you want to get better at Fortnite, check out ProGuys.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Sometimes, streamers can have a bad rap. They never scrim, never play against players on their skill level. They are just pub stumpers. Ninja falls into this stereotype. Everyone should know about Tyler Blevins. He's the face of Fortnite. He also happens to be freakishly good at the game. He's known for his flashing plays, and his aim is impeccable. Despite this, the community thinks that Ninja is simply a pub stumper. Many believe he wouldn't even make it past the first circle in a pro scrim, but that's far from the truth. Ninja is a menace in every single lobby that he's a part of. He's a special type of killer instinct that makes him one of the scariest players to face. This video is going to change the stigma on Ninja. He's not just a pub stumper, he's a legitimate pro-level player. Let's get into it.
Ninja wreaks havoc in the late game of a pop-up cup with Courage JD. We don't get to see Ninja in high-level late-game situations often, so we have to dig deep for this one. You'll see familiar names like Tfue and Cloak show up in the kill feed. This clip will show you that Ninja's explosive playstyle works at pro-level play. In this clip, we're going to focus on the benefits of Ninja's aggressive play. Let's start by taking a look at Ninja's position. Ninja has the best seat in the house. Players stuck on the other side have to run through him and everyone else. Ninja is the gatekeeper of this zone. He's in a tunnel and in position to rotate early. Ninja edits out and scans the area for players that need to rotate through him. He hears a rift activate and he knows that players are coming in for his position. Instead of shooting right away, he moves to the edge of the storm. His enemies can't get behind him anymore. This is a minor detail that makes a huge difference. If you're in the late game situation, use the storm to your advantage. Ninja tags the player twice and looks to finish the kill. He scans the area again before building a safe high ground position. Ninja and Courage spray this player out and Ninja is finally on the board. He snaps around and begins nailing everybody with heavy-hitting AK shots. Every other player would hang back and play it safe, but Ninja is a different beast. He doesn't care how small the zone is, he just wants blood. Ninja continues to push in despite getting shot out. Once he gets on top, he realizes that he can't do anything. He doesn't have time. He has to deal with two players parachuting in. Ninja erases one player mid-air with a clean flick and moves straight to high ground. This is the Ninja special.